I'm just doing a microphone test. Just doing a microphone test. How long is the delay?
Say again?
Can I open Wordly on this computer up here? Kobo?
Okay. Do you hear me only in this room and not in one? Because this is just one.
I just want to see if it's coming through here also.
Oh, okay, yeah. And we need to make sure we only us here.
A lot of feedback. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So, welcome to our very special session. And the title was Teacher Digital Learning, Teachers' Own Stories. I will not introduce that session. I will introduce you to someone who actually can do that much better. However, let's start quickly while still some people deciding where they go. We have 2 polls, and we want to do 1 poll now, and we also welcome all the colleagues who are actually joining us online. I think you can join that as well. We are going to have a poll about how familiar are you with the countries that we are going to present. A very simple one. We have a more deeper question at the end of the session. So I hope you can see it. You have to go to the session on your app. You have to go to the session on your app, and we're going to ask you how familiar you are with which country you are most familiar with. Is it Cambodia? Is it Indonesia? Is it the Philippines, or is it Viet Nam? Okay, just to get an idea. So we give you a minute to figure that out, and then we will ask for the results. Okay, everybody who wants to do the poll can do it? You found it? Yes, so please give your answer. Also, colleagues online, welcome. Hopefully you can see the poll as well. And I'm gonna ask my colleague Anne here to get the poll and see what's the most known country. Okay, so can we see the result? As always, there seems to be a delay. Jeffrey, do you see if the result is coming from the poll? And everybody who joins us now, please come to the front. It's much nicer to see the show from the front. It's going to be like TED Talk style presentations. You don't want to see in the back. Coming, okay. Okay, so the Philippines, yes, there seems to be a bias because we're in the Philippines. Yeah, but a couple of people actually said, I'm not familiar with those countries at all. We anticipated that, and that's a little bit incorporated in our different stories. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to someone who is also behind that session and spent a lot of hours now with our presenters to prepare it. So please give a warm welcome to Vishal Potlari. He's a senior education specialist here at the Okay, he says he's not senior, but he aged at least for the last 2 days to prepare it.
Wonderful, thank you, Jost. Right, good afternoon, everyone. Very happy to see such a great turnout for this session, perhaps one of the most important sessions. We have 7 teachers with us from 4 different countries who will be sharing their experience So we've heard today the possibilities of using technology, digitalization, they're immense. But how do we really know what to use, where to use, and how to use it? What works and in what context in our DMCs? So to help this, to help governments get to better solutions, ADB provides technical assistance, which are often implemented as pilot projects. We provide certain technologies at a small scale to see how these projects are working, and then we decide what can be scaled up at a larger level. So we have 2 projects today to showcase, and we have 7 teachers who are active participants in these projects. The first one is called Technology Enabled Innovation in Education in Southeast Asia, but we just call it TIESEA. In this project, we have 4 countries. So in Cambodia, students received tablets which had connectivity through 4G networks, and teachers were trained in project-based learning methodology. In Indonesia, students received low-cost laptops, and teachers also received project-based learning methodology training. In the Philippines, the TVET agency, TIESEA, provided tablets to students in very remote locations so they could do the technical components of their training from home, avoiding the travel time and the cost that they had to incur otherwise. And for the practical aspects, they would come into the training centers. And in Viet Nam, we provided mobile phones to students with active access to the internet, and also having an AI-powered language learning app. So the students would speak into the phone, the AI app would tell them whether they're making any grammatical errors, whether their accent seems to be different from what they would want it to be like. So this is on the TIESEA project. The other project is the EdTech in Last Mile Schools project, which had 21 schools in the Philippines in very remote locations, some which without even access via roads. You really have to hike to get to those schools. 3,500 students were provided with tablets during the COVID period. And the project also gave them access to digital learning modules, along with a local area network through which they could access these modules. And there were other components of training for teachers and so on. So the point of this session is really to hear firsthand how these projects impacted the teachers' day-to-day life, how have they seen the changes in the students' lives, and whether they would recommend us to do things in a way that we have been, or would they like us to really change things if they have seen positive impacts in their own lives. So without further ado, this session is really for the teachers. So we'll hear from 7 of them today, but they are around for today and tomorrow. So please feel free to reach out to them if you see them at the networking session. They've traveled from different countries, so they're really excited to be here, and we're very proud to have them here as well. So I'll pass it back to Jost and then to the teachers to provide their thoughts to us.
Thank you very much, Vishal, to setting the scene. So as you heard, there are teachers from sometimes very remote areas. For them, it's probably they're more excited than anything about the session. And I can tell you that in the last days, they practiced a lot. They are using a little bit the storytelling methodology, the TED Talk style session. So it might be a stressful situation for some. Some are probably very relaxed. You look all very happy here. And so we need to give them appreciation and love before and after the session. So when I'm now calling on the first speaker, please give him all your well wishes and a warm applause, okay? So we are going now to Cambodia first, and you heard that there are students in schools that were provided with tablets in classes, and we hear the story now from Sway Watanak.
Welcome to Cambodia. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Viet Nam. I am a school director from a small island in Cambodia, named Koh Secondary School. Today, I'm honored to present you the impacts of technology and ball innovation in Southeast Asia's projects implemented in my school over the last 1 year. The first, project intervention. TIESEA is a project funded by Japanese Fund for Prosperous and Resilient Asias and Pacifics through the ADB. The goal of TIESEA Cambodia is to test attach solution can enhance the learning and teaching for the secondary school students and teachers. The project aims to improve the quality STEM education in secondary school, and by using the use of digital devices in school and at home. Projects interventions training teacher and students, projects based learning, STEM education, and the use of digital devices. Project impacts: increase student engagement and motivation. Students are engaged and motivated when they are works on projects. Improve student understanding of STEM concept and skills. PBL allows students to learn STEM concept and skills in a hands-on and contextualized way. Development of critical thinking and solving problems skill. PBL requires students to think critically about problem, develop creative thinking, solution, and work collaboratively and solve problems together. Preparation for the 21st century workforce. STEM PBL helps students to develop essential 21st century skills that they need to be success in the workforce. Real-life impact. STEM PBL projects can have a real-life impact in communities in which students live. Here are examples of STEM projects based learning activity which our students have developed after teacher applying teaching approach as new teaching approach and introduce them to use as the digital devices to support their learning. Okay, designing and building a model bridge, designing and building a model school, and creating a working circuit, conducting a science experiment, designing a sustainable city. Conclusion at the third, I believe that STEM and PBL is the key to create barrier for loss for all. When students learn to apply their knowledge and skill to solve problems, they are empowered to make difference in their life. I encourage all educators to consider incorporating STEM learnings more engaging, relevant, and meaningful for our students. This is my student present. No sound. Check, please. This window have sound.
Maybe you can, let's try one more time. Otherwise, you can explain what we see.
No sound. Okay.
You have to restart and put the sound.
Yes.
Okay, what? Next one, I see that. Okay, so sorry about the technical hiccup. Thank you so much, Sway from Cambodia.
At the end, thank you very much for your attention. I think I do much better than I thought. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sway. Okay, we are going now to the Philippines, and the next presentation or story we're going to hear brings us to a school in the Philippines with students in grade 7 to 10. These students were provided with offline tablets, and we want you to know that they had digital models to test access during fully remote and blending learning setups. So we're going to hear the story from our colleague, who is hopefully ready. Yes. So please give a warm welcome to Paul John Daval. Okay, I think we have to test that one more time. Please give a warm welcome to Paul John Daval. Yes.
Check. Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is... Check. Do you hear me? Everyone? Check. Good afternoon, everyone, or as we would like to say it in the Philippines, magandang hapon sa lahat. Today, I'd like to take you on a personal and transformative journey as a teacher and as the Information and Communications Technology Coordinator at our school. I am a teacher at Baay National High School, which is located at the Northern Philippines, 406 kilometers from Metro Manila. This place is Likwan Baay. This is the usual beautiful scenery that I usually see every day. However, during rainy season, we experience from frequent power loss. We do not even have a fiber internet connection, only have a wireless connection from Smart. In the school, we have a very poor internet connectivity from which sometimes there is none at all. As you see on the left, this is the previous situation wherein we focus mainly on the use of printed self-learning modules. Sometimes, majority of the students did not understand the concept since the self-learning modules has very few pictures that would support the concept of the lesson. Or sometimes it is too wordy that it did not pique the interest of the students, and somehow they get bored by just looking at it. The picture on the right shows when the project was already implemented. As you can see, students are more engaged, from which there is an abundance of pictures, arts, and multimedia resources that very much supported the concepts in the lesson. Before, majority of the students did not have any gadgets. But right now, there are smart tablets that they use in accessing the different digital lessons in Moodle. When ADB came knocking on our school's door, we did not only saw it as a smart tablets and gadgets. We actually saw it as a chance. We actually saw it as an opportunity to make learning not only accessible, but empowering. As a teacher, I usually incorporate ICT in the lesson. You see, I usually use projector and the solar-powered access point where I use Colibri. As an ICT coordinator, my role was pivotal. Through the capability buildings, I gained the skill on how to implement this educational technology project, from which it brought transformation from traditional teaching method to the digital future. It made every lesson in science, English, and mathematics easier for the students and more interesting for them to understand. Before, teachers usually use chalkboards and projectors in teaching their lessons. Now, both the students and the teachers use smart tablets in accessing the digital content of Moodle, and it brought significant increase in their academic performance. They are more interested. The transition was remarkable, since students who were passive recipients of knowledge are now active participants. And it really made a significant changes in the teaching and learning process at Baay National High School. As you see on the left, students are engaged with the lessons where they access the Moodle content. And before, majority of the students were accustomed to taking notes and quizzes using paper and pencil. Now, they can access these lessons and quizzes using this educational technology project. As you see on the left, solar panels were installed that powers the access point and the server, which provides connectivity and accessibility to the students who downloads the courses in this project. We did not only limit ourselves on the four corners of the classroom. It actually made learning possible in the school, in their homes, and in the different places where they go, anytime and anywhere. So it actually empowered learning in Baay National High School. As you can see, students can do it collaboratively, and students can do it with the guidance of the teacher or at their own self-paced learning. Of course, no journey is without its challenges. We actually experienced several technical glitches. From having no idea on how to implement this project, to being able to acquire the skills on how to implement and set up this educational technology project. From broken tablets, we were able to come up with a gadget sharing system that provided a system wherein the students share a tablet and log in on their Moodle accounts. From server errors and malfunctions, we were able to come up with an alternative server that enabled a continuous learning despite the challenges and issues that happened within the servers. Now, we are proud to say that our first batch of junior high school students who are now in the senior high school students are now equipped with the digital literacy skills and are now familiar with Moodle learning, which is very rare in our province. Very few in our students in our province know this type of learning. Ladies and gentlemen, my journey as the ICT coordinator taught me that education is a continuous evolving landscape. It's not about replacing teachers with technology. It's actually about empowering teachers with technology. It's not about replacing books. It's about enhancing learning with smart tablets. We found out that implementing Moodle learning in the lessons in English, science, and math has significantly increased the level of proficiency of the students. And with the constant technical assistances provided as me as the ICT coordinator, we are planning to implement this project not only in English, science, and math, but rather we will be implementing it across the different subject areas within this school year and the succeeding years. As I end my talk, I would like to share to you one of the quotations of George Couros. Technology will never replace great teachers, but in the hands of great teachers, it's transformational. Thank you so much, Asian Development Bank, for giving me this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, for giving our school this type of technology which greatly helped them. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, Paul John. Selamat. And now we are going to
I
Indonesia.
forget some of them.
And our next person, she's ready, right? Yes? So I think I don't say anything about it because you hear it from the story. So please welcome a teacher from the Naringul Junior High School in Indonesia. Please welcome Hini Nursafitri.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is an honor for me to be here and share our learning journey, including our challenges and our effort to overcome within the TIESEA project. My name is Heni Nur Safitri. I am a teacher at Junior High School 6 of Naringul, Cianjur, West Java, Indonesia. Do any of you wonder where is Naringul? Naringul is one of the sub-districts in Cianjur. It is located only 250 kilometers from Jakarta. To reach my school from the Naringul main street, it will need more than 1 hour drive with two-wheel vehicles. Here is my school. It has only 73 students from grade 7 to grade 9. We also only have 8 teachers who need to teach 11 subjects. So, there are teachers like me who is teaching English as my academic background, but it still need to teach science for grade 7. Talking about technology, in the last 5 years, we didn't use technology tools in our teaching learning activities. Talking about technology, in the last 5 years, we didn't use technology tool in our teaching learning activity, even if the use of projector. We have projector, but we didn't have enough laptop or PC to be used by the student. We also have been connected to the national electricity grid in the last 2 years. Since 2 months ago, we also have a Wi-Fi signal, but it's still unreliable connection. For several years, we only just use textbook to teach with. And then we just follow the chapter and ask our student to listen our explanation. But the student quickly become bored if just listening to our explanation or just reading the textbook. However, within TIESEA project, we were given this tool. There are 20 laptops, a projector, and a device that is called as offline digital library, where we can download digital resources and store them to it. This approach has many access to these various digital resources where students can choose suitable content and they can share the resource with their peers. And then the TIESEA team gave us the detailed information and then explanation how to use all of the equipment. Let's watch our short video. Okay, and here is our classroom situation right now. We are able to show our students photos, videos, or even PowerPoint to make them more understand what we are trying to explain. And then the student can also learn how to use the laptop. Within the TIESEA project, we also have learned how to make digital content. It was beneficial for us because I think by using digital content, the student can keep interested and motivated. But I have faced some challenges while teaching by using the digital content because my students have a complete lag with using laptop. I have to teach them how to use backspace key, shift key, or even how to turn on and turn off the laptop safely. Now, let's hear my student voice.
Hello, my name is Kayla Awalia. I am Miss Henny's student. I like Miss Henny's class because she often provides us digital learning, such as while she is explaining, she is helped by slide of PowerPoint or video. I find it easier to remember things when the video is sound, and it is more interesting when learning by using various media rather than just from the textbook, which are usually used. Therefore, I never miss school because learning is more fun.
This is also has been my proudest moment because I'm a little bit able to make an attractive PowerPoint and use it during my teaching learning activity. Besides the use of technology, TIESEA team also introduced us to project-based learning and learning integrated STEM. Participating in TIESEA has strengthened my knowledge of science because I see the demonstration of Newton's first law, where students were asked to make a model of a car by using a plastic bottle and cause it to move. The successful group used a balloon to push the car forward. For instance, I push myself to plan and implement the project-based learning. I have done the experiment on students on different ways, and they have to make face masks made of cucumber paste, coffee, river sand, and also honey. Of course, I have faced a challenge while doing this because since I'm trained as an English teacher, not a science teacher. And lastly, I am very happy with this opportunity. You know, I am from the southern part of West Java, and I have been to Jakarta once in my life. I was really scared to fly because I usually suffer from the motion sickness. And then addressing so many people and speaking in English because I haven't spoken English since my time at my university 3 years ago. Because my school is so remote, so few people cannot speak even basic English. But I have made it, and I'm happy and grateful to TIESEA and ADB for making it possible. Once again, thank you.
Terima kasih and thank you, Henny, coming all the way to Manila. This was your second big trip, right? So we are going now back to the Philippines, and we are going to Danaho Integrated School. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Catherine Tukip.
Good afternoon. Mike. It doesn't work. Can I have the mic?
This works.
Thank you, Jost. Again, good afternoon. I am Catherine Tukib from the Philippines. I am a junior high school teacher from Danaho Integrated School. It's in Bohol. It's a 1 hour and 15-minute plane ride from Manila. And to help you remember very well my province, it's the home of, are you familiar with that? The UNESCO's World Heritage Site, the Chocolate Hills. And I'm very, very happy to be invited here to be able to share to you our journey on implementing digital education in our school. This is our school. This is the Nahaw Integrated School Secondary. This is 7 kilometers far from the town proper. And the most convenient way to go there is by riding a motorcycle. At present, we have 205 students with 15 teachers. And this is our classroom. Actually, we don't call it classroom. We call it temporary learning space. And if you will describe it, the back wall is bare. The side walls are just covered with a waterproof canvas. And if you would ask, how could effective teaching and learning process take place in such kind of learning space? You only have a chalkboard. Given the fact that the kind of learners that we have right now are what we call the digital natives. Again, you might also wonder, is it comfortable there? The answer is no. It's hot when it's hot, and it's cold when it's cold. Sometimes, if it rains hard, rains get inside. So when this EdTech project was implemented into our school, everyone was so delighted, knowing the fact that each of our learners will be given a tablet. How about that? An early Christmas gift for all of us. Then we were introduced to this kind of technology. And then we thought, wow, this could possibly answer the problem of our school to provide, effective teaching and learning delivery to our students who are really in need of that. Much so that when schools were closed for 2 school years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Then we were introduced to the digitized learning modules, wherein there were embedded pictures, videos, and audios already in there, inside the DLM. One of the obvious impact of integrating the use of digitized learning materials in our class is the heightened level of engagement of our students. And as you can see, they were so immersed in using that technology, and it makes more efficient for our teachers to handle the class. Of course, just like any project, it doesn't come without any challenges. But we see these challenges as avenue to improve the implementation of this kind of technology. Digitized learning brought us to issues like limited access to technology, distractions, especially when students are tempted to open other applications during class hours, health concerns due to increased screen time. But these are all just issues at a very manageable level. There are also issues like technical issues, teacher skill gap, and cost. But we know this would not hinder us to continue implementing, much so that we see really significant and positive impact to our learners. We were given several round visits for technical assistance in order to implement properly, to integrate properly the technology in our pedagogical practices. To illustrate to you its significant impact, here are pie charts to show to you the significant improvement it made into the academic performances of our learners. The blue ones represent those students getting low grades, and the green ones represent those students getting higher grades. And after using the digitized learning modules, there was really a significant increase in the performance of our learners in terms of our academic performance. Because of that, we saw a ray of light that eventually this kind of technology will help us rise from learning loss. And so we look for potential stakeholders that could help us sustain this project. We tied up partnership with a state university in our place, and they promised to extend their technical assistance to our school. And also, we will continue our collaboration and sharing of expertise among each other, and we'll expand this project to other subject areas also, and extend our help to those teachers who need more assistance in implementing this kind of technology. Overall, I would recommend the use of digitized learning modules in classroom instruction. My story is just one of the many other 100 stories of last mile schools back in our province. Technology is not just a tool. Technology is a lifeline that can give our last mile school students a fighting chance for a decent future. We always say to them, your journey may be unique, but your potential is limitless. And from the bottom of my heart, I would like to extend my huge thank you to all those great people behind this project. And from the people of Danahao, a very big thank you to all of you. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Catherine, for this wonderful story. And it's time for a story now, and we are going to Vietnam. And she is an English teacher, and she will tell us also a wonderful story. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Vu Minh Phuong.
Welcome to Vietnam. My name is Phương. I come from Vietnam. I am a teacher of English at Calvin Secondary School. This is my school. Okay, you can see it. Before this TIESEA project, we often focused on learning grammar, writing and reading skill, and we don't have any English-speaking environment. So the student pronunciation and communication skill are not good, and some of students can pronounce the word correctly, and when we were offered to take part in this TIESEA project, we were eager to do. The learning and teaching environment need to be improved and changed. And you can see some challenges that my school has. The first one, when we using the AI power, it can recognize speech, evaluate and give feedback on language pronunciation. And you can see it is the difficult that we have. The first one, at the beginning of this project, students were provided with smartphone and application. And so, it made the teacher and their parents feel very worried because some of students want to play games and some of them don't focus on their study. So we had to address this problem by asking their parents to collect a smartphone and give them when necessary. During this project, conduct this project. I modify my teaching method and implement them in my classroom. Here are some activities that I conduct in my lesson. Hey, let's watch video. This is the time I have to prepare the lesson. I prepare and assign homework or assignment to my student and give them and ask them to practice more and more at home. And after that, at school, I want them to practice more and more. And they have to give me their score that they can get. Let's see it.
Hurricane. 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 Then next week. Oh, 60%. No? Okay, 99. 99. Really? Okay, 99%. Okay.
You have to give me the score. Yes. After they practice. After several months, students can get the first one. They can speak more and more, and they can improve their pronunciation without the teacher intervention. And the next one, they can easily practice for the lesson and prepare for the lesson before the class. And the next one about the teacher. Teacher can assign homework or assignment easily, and it can help the teacher reduce the amount of work. For example, I can assess. I don't need to assess their pronunciation, but I only need to check their score on the app and or on the dashboard. Okay, let me show you the result. Yeah, this one. After each practice, they had a score, and you can see it.
What is the score? Okay, 95%.
After several practice, they can get maybe higher score. So, in conclusion, the intervention of this project can bring a lot of impact about the teacher and about the student. The first one, I can tell you about the impact on teacher. They can assess speaking skill more accurately. And the next one, they can change teaching method creatively instead of traditional one. And impact about the student, they can approach new technology. And the second one, it can help student to compare their speech to a native speaker and highlight and revise any error. And the last one, it can help students to develop speaking skill, especially pronunciation. So indeed, this intervention can bring a lot of benefit, especially about the teacher and about the student. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for your attention about my story. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Phuong. Wonderful story from Vietnam. We need a minute or two to, as you see, we have also some technical difficulties. Nobody has noticed. So we're gonna bring back the PowerPoint, but isn't it amazing? She was finishing her story without any visuals. So that's how well prepared we are. Please give her a hand. So do you enjoy the stories? Yeah? That's great. So we have two more for you, but before I call on our sixth story, we just waiting for our tech room to solve the technical problem. Which minute? German minute, Indian minute, Pakistani minute? German minute is 59 seconds. So time is always very relative, right? Any questions? Any comments? So please, we invite you to talk to our teachers afterwards. I saw some of you very interested raising your mobile phones, taking pictures of the screen. Because many of you are probably facing similar challenges, right? Working either in projects or actually working in remote areas. There's difficult infrastructure, limited infrastructure, connectivity problems. So I'm sure many of you can relate to that. So when we are going to finish, I will call upon all of you to come on stage one more time together for a group picture, yes? So in case you need preparations. So this was not a German minute, that's for sure. Okay, and we had a, can you join me here? We had a poll, but in this poll we had some questions. Let's ask the people in the room what kind of challenges you are facing as well. So let me see the poll. So who is facing like infrastructure problems, electricity, telecommunication, or lack of devices? Who faces in your project infrastructure problems? Okay, some of you. Okay. What else? What about who faces challenges with teacher capacity? So teacher capacity. Okay, a couple of you. Who sees the community engagement, parental involvement with quality of school? What is this a challenge you're facing? Yes, I see some nodding. Yes, very serious one. Yes. Okay. So what about the curriculum and quality of content of who has faces either in your projects or in your day-to-day work challenges with that one? Quality of content. Okay. And maybe the last one. The government, policy and planning, human resource development and financing. So the support by the government, who faces problems with that one? Nobody. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Because if I say no one, then the hands go up. The government is watching you. That's why they're probably not raising their hand. The government is in the room, right? You're from the government, sir, right? Yes. The government is participating. They enjoy watching your story. So before I talk a lot of nonsense, can I get a check on how many minutes is 1 minute? Okay, we are ready. So now we are going to hear another story from the Philippines, from the school division of Kalinga, and where this is, and all the information about this will come from Maria Teresa Estino Prieto.
Hello. Hi. Bibiyu on Egeo Takulusan. In Filipino language, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. I am Maria Teresa Estino Prieto, Education Program Supervisor of SDO Kalinga. Our place, Kalinga, is located in the northern part of the Philippines. It is found in Region Car. Today, I am privileged to share our journey in implementing the EdTech Intervention Program in the Schools Division of Kalinga, particularly in the last mile schools. During our school visits and monitoring, I witnessed the challenges faced by the schools and how they addressed them. These schools were located far from the city and were marked with a learning continuity plan to provide quality education to learners during the COVID-19 pandemic. Amidst adversity, a gift of hope reached us in Kalinga through the intervention project known as EdTech Solution for Last Mile Schools during COVID-19 pandemic. We were very lucky that Asian Development Bank, ADB, included 5 recipient schools in Kalinga. This project embarked on a noble mission, bridging the educational gap by offering educational tools to access facilities and learning resources for distance learning. Our students were excited to use tablets as learning tools for the first time. They were surprised that they could access learning materials without the need for load or internet connectivity. Our teachers eagerly embraced the opportunity to upskill and train in new teaching and learning approaches utilizing technology. The intervention program was more than just a hardware and software. It embodied the learner's empowerment and the professional development of the teachers. The impact of EdTech solution was evident. Our teachers could now incorporate digital tools in their teaching, creating a dynamic and interactive learning environment. The students had learning materials at their fingertips, no longer constrained by the lack of textbooks. Access to quality educational resources fundamentally transformed the learning process. With digital tools on hand during lessons, students could immediately review their performances. And through their testimonials, we discovered that learners' academic performance improved. It marked a meaningful transformation within the schools. The school transitioned from being remote areas with limited resources to a hub of quality-assured learning materials. Our learners, once distant from digital age, became proficient in accessing and utilizing technology for their learning. Our teachers progressed as facilitators of digital teaching approaches, making the learning process engaging and interactive. During one of my visits, I met Mark, Lara, Christian, and May, grade 10 learners from beneficiary schools. Before, they struggled with academic performance due to a lack of references and textbooks at school and home. With the introduction of the EdTech program, they eagerly showed me their learning tools, which had become their gateway to knowledge. They shared that using tablet was once a dream for them, but now they could access a supplementary learning material daily, improving their performances. Their experience were just a few of the many transformational stories in our division. The incredible power of integrating technology into education, especially in Kalinga's remote area with limited connectivity. With a positive output, the EdTech solution for last mile schools in COVID-19 inspired and changed the hearts of our students, teachers, and communities in Kalinga. The last mile schools were no longer isolated, but connected to a world of opportunities, thanks to education and technology. Istay Gioy, ADB, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Yes, thanks to technology, sometimes the technology leaves us. So this was the sixth presentation. Thank you so much, Maria Teresa. We have one more story for you, and I can warn you, this man has power. So if you're feeling a little bit less energized because it was a long day, he will take care of you in the next 7 minutes. But we have to make sure the presentation is actually working, so I wait for a thumbs up. So we have a lot of people working on the problem, so there's no point for me to go in the back and give them the German look. Okay. Can I see a thumbs up that if we are okay? We are close. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have one more story from the Philippines. We are going to hear a story from TIESEA Regional Training Center in Tagaloan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Romilan Ubalde.
Hello. Check. Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Okay, I'm Romilan Ubalde, and I'm from the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TIESEA Regional Training Center. Our training school, or our school, is located at the southern part of the Philippines. That is about 786 kilometers from Manila. Today, I'm going to share with you my story.
No, you have to wait.
Okay.
You're going to share today, I promise, but... Okay, maybe you give it another shot from the beginning?
From the beginning.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, from the beginning, because we want to take the video as well, right? So okay. 1, 2, action.
Okay, hello everyone. Again, I'm Romilan Ubalde from Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TIESEA, from Regional Training Center of Tagulwan. Our school is located at the southern part of the Philippines. That is about 786 kilometers from Manila. And today, I'm going to tell you my story. I called it Journey to Blended. It is a story of my transition from the traditional learning to the blended learning. Before, I have to prepare lots of documents prior to the start of training with all the learning materials, the task sheets, job sheets, the pre-test and the post-test. Before, our classroom is more on teacher-centered, where I do all the lectures, the discussions, and the student will answer the pre-test and the post-test. Before, our workshops are overcrowded, where there is only one wiring board per group of 5 to 7 students. But on October 2022, everything has changes. When I joined the training and trainers for the conduct of blended learning using the learning management system. On April 2023, we have received the EdTech packages from ADB through the TIESEA projects. From that EdTech packages, we have received 25 tablets for students, a laptop for the teachers, a module box which serves as an offline server, a router, and an interruptible power supply, and a charging cabinet for the laptop, for the tablets. On May 2, 2023, we have started our blended delivery training. There are 2 venues for this training. One is at school, then the other is at home. During the training, the students are divided into 2. Others will report to school for their practical works, while students at home will do their offline modules. Because of this blended learning, the practical works are now well organized. Because of this blended learning, it is now individualized, because there are limited number of students that will report to school. Then the student at home will read and answer their offline modules. So their learning are more on student-centered, where the students are now learning at their own time and space. Then the activity is now paperless because they are now using tablets downloaded with offline modules through the Moodle app's learning management system. Why Moodle? Moodle because it is easy to use and it can be accessed offline. Because some of our students are living in the remote and far-flung areas where there is no internet connectivity. Moodle because it is free and open source, and it has a virtual progress chart that we can monitor the activities of our student. So this is the sample of our progress chart, where we can monitor the activity of our student from pre-test to the lessons, to the task sets, down to the post-test. Then after each module, they will now receive their certificate of completion. When the student finishes all the modules, after 36 days, they will now graduate from the training. 36 days. With ethic packages and blended learning, we all succeed from our training. Because before, our training, our classroom is more on teacher-centered, but now it is student-centered. Before, I have to prepare more documents, but now it is paperless. Before, our workshops are overcrowded, but now it is well organized. By that, thank you, ADB, for your TIESEA projects. We all succeed. Mabuhay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Selamat Romilan. I think I didn't promise too much when I said this man has energy, right? So, may I request all our presenters to come one more time on stage and show them some appreciation. They have been preparing for 3 days. May I ask all of you, Sway, Paul John, Henny, Catherine, Wu Min Fong, Maria Teresa, and Romilan, please come on stage for a group picture. And I want to have the support team ready for a picture. So one more time, please give a hand to your storytelling team from 4 countries. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So that's it for our storytelling session. Vishal, any last words?
Well, the whole experience helps us appreciate what the teachers are doing in a context where they have such minimal resources when we face glitches with everything available to us. So as a last word, this was for them. We're very happy that all of you are here with us. But there are thousands of more teachers who are doing similar work in similar circumstances. So the key takeaways would be that we need to help our teachers, but we need to find the right way to do it. And we would love to share our findings with all of you. So if you would like, the teachers are going to be outside at the networking session. The team is going to be outside, so please come and approach us and we'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you, everyone.
So that's it for today. I'm not going to try to convince you to check in again with a QR code, right? I think enough QR codes today, right? So it's not the end of the day. You are invited by the ADB to our networking reception. So at 6 o'clock officially, we're gonna be in the multifunction hall. If you don't know the way, ask the ushers or follow the crowd. If they're going to the exit, that's the wrong crowd you follow. And there will be snacks, there will be some cultural show, and there will be a couple of quick introduction into new publications. I'm not sure if they are available in hard copy, but definitely digitally they will be available. So that's it from us for today. Please continue the conversation over some good food and make some new friends. If you haven't made enough, make some more. And we see you tomorrow morning for the second day. Thank you very much for joining in. And thank you to all our online colleagues who are joining and seeing us right now. Have a good day or night, wherever you're joining us from.